I should answer. It's been, what, 3 weeks?
3 weeks is fine. It's called having standards.
It's called ghosting.
No. Ghosting is when you do it to be cruel. This is when you do it to survive. Big difference.
I'm not surviving. I'm sitting in sweatpants eating cereal.
Exactly. Peace. Quiet. No one asking for favors. No one draining you like a phone charger from 2009.
Okay, but why do I feel relief and guilt at the same time?
Because you're addicted to being needed. And you're withdrawing.
I don't know what to say.
Say nothing. That's your signature.
Here's the part that freaks me out. I didn't decide to cut people off. I didn't make a dramatic speech. I didn't slam a door. I just stopped replying, stopped showing up, stopped explaining. And the scary part, it started feeling good.
That's not scary. That's evidence.
Evidence of what?
That your nervous system finally got a vote.
If you're watching this and you've been protecting your peace by deleting everyone, I'm not here to shame you, but I'm here to ask something uncomfortable. The quiet you're calling peace is actually avoidance that learned to speak calmly. And what if the reason you cut people off isn't because everyone is toxic, but because your brain is running an old script that still thinks it's 12 years old? And if that's true, how do you protect yourself without turning your life into a private island with no bridges?
Private islands are luxurious.
They're also lonely. And don't pretend you don't know that. Social media made cut them off sound like a glow up. Like you're some emotionally evolved monk. But in real life, cutting people off usually looks like this. You take longer to reply, you stop initiating, you forget to go, you tell yourself you'll explain later never comes. And suddenly, you're the person people whisper about. Damn, they got so cold.
You did get cold.
No, I got tired. Let's be honest about what's happening. Most people don't cut everyone off because they're evil. They do it because at some point, relationships became a cost they couldn't afford.
We ran the numbers.
Yeah, you turn my friendships into spreadsheets. It's like your brain starts doing this invisible math. How much energy does this take? What do I get back? Will they show up for me or just show up to use me? And if your history taught you people don't show up, then the safest move becomes leave first.
Abandonment hurts less when you schedule it.
That sentence is exactly why you shouldn't be in charge. Here's what no one tells you. You can be surrounded by people and still feel alone. So when you finally end up physically alone, it feels like matching the outside to the inside. And that feels clean, simple, controlled.
Control is sanity.
Control is sometimes fear in a suit. And this is where it escalates. Because your brain doesn't just want peace, it wants certainty. So it starts labeling. Not just this person hurt me, but people hurt me. Not that conflict was messy, but conflict means danger. And suddenly, every normal misunderstanding becomes a red flag parade.
If they wanted to be in your life, they'd read your mind correctly.
That is the dumbest standard on earth.
It's not dumb. It's efficient.
It's a trap. Sometimes you cut people off because they're manipulative. True. But sometimes you cut people off because they texted you too late, didn't respond with enough enthusiasm, forgot one detail, had a tone, had a life. And your brain goes, there it is, proof.
It is proof.
It's a pattern match. That's different. If you relate to this, you're not crazy. You're trained. Your brain learned to spot abandonment early, like a smoke detector that goes off when you make toast. Useful, until it ruins your kitchen. So how do you tell the difference between a real threat and a false alarm? And if you've been living behind walls for years, how do you rebuild boundaries without feeling exposed?
You don't. You stay behind the wall. Walls are sturdy.
Walls also block sunlight. And you're acting like that's a feature. Here's the turning point for me. I realized I wasn't protecting my peace. I was protecting myself from a feeling. Not from people, from disappointment, from needing someone and hearing silence, from sending the "hey, can I talk?" text and watching it get read and die.
Don't say that out loud,
Why?
because then you'll have to admit the truth,
That I actually want connection.
that you want it from the wrong people.
Exactly. That's the real issue. It's not people versus solitude. It's who gets access to you and under what rules. Because there's a difference between walls and boundaries. A wall says, no one gets in. A boundary says, not everyone gets a key.
Cute. You made it inspirational.
No, I made it usable. Boundaries are specific. They sound like, I can't talk about this tonight. I'm not available for last-minute emergencies. I'm not discussing that topic with you. I'm happy to help, but not at the cost of my sleep. Walls are vague. They sound like, I'm just busy. I've been tired. I'm fine. And then you disappear.
Disappearing works.
It works short term, like skipping bills. Here's the test that changed everything. When you pull away from someone, do you feel relief because they were unsafe, or relief because you avoided vulnerability?
Relief is relief. Stop overthinking it.
No. Relief is data. But you have to read it correctly. If you're the type who cuts everyone off, try this instead of another hard reset. Stop treating everyone like they belong in your inner circle. Some people are outer circle people. They're fine. They're just not your emergency contacts.
So downgrade them.
Yes, without drama. That's the point. Replace disappearing with one honest sentence. Not a paragraph. Not a therapy essay. One line. Hey, I'm overwhelmed. I'm going quiet for a bit. Nothing personal. Or if it is personal, something felt off for me. I'm taking space.
You. Communication.
You'll live. Stop confusing conflict with danger. Healthy relationships can handle a hard conversation. Toxic ones punish you for having needs.
Most people punish you.
Your history makes it feel that way. That doesn't make it true, except the part you don't control. You cannot make people show up. You can only notice patterns faster and respond sooner. That's not being cold. That's being awake.
And what if they still leave?
Then they leave. But you don't have to pre-burn every bridge just to avoid the possibility of smoke. Because cutting everyone off has a hidden cost. You don't just remove the people who drain you. You also remove the people who could have loved you, if you let them close enough to try.
That's a gamble.
Life is a gamble. You're just choosing the bet where you never win. So what happens when you stop treating isolation like a personality and start treating it like a pattern you can interrupt? If you've cut everyone off, I'm not here to tell you to let people in. Some people should stay out. Some doors should stay locked. But if your world has gotten so quiet that it feels safe and heavy, maybe the goal isn't to tear the wall down overnight. Maybe the goal is smaller, more honest, more dangerous in a good way. Build a gate. Give keys to people who earn them. And when your brain whispers, disappear. It's safer. You can finally answer, no. It's familiar.
Familiar kept you alive.
And now, I want more than alive. If this helped you understand what's happening in your head, subscribe. Not because I'm asking, but because we're going to keep making it make sense. And the reason your mind gets loud at night isn't what you think. Watch this next, right here.